Look, let me tell you about the data center story. I talk to a lot of customers, a lot of customers come in and talk to us, and there's a whole bunch of pressures on data center managers. Organizations are continually creating more and more information and transmitting and storing more and more information. We're seeing voice and video becoming a critical part of what's being transmitted over the data network. All those trends mean that there's more and more demands on the physical infrastructure that holds the servers, the storage and the communication equipment and all the application software. And that physical infrastructure has got pressure on it in terms of power, cooling, racking, cabling, etc., etc.
This is the Yarra Trams data center, approximately 2.5 to 3 years old, and APC actually helped us a lot in designing and giving us a lot of assistance to set the data center up. So that was a very good experience to plan the whole thing and put it in production.
We have a strong and dynamic team here at APC MG in Australia. The sales and AGS teams work together from the initial consultation with the client through to the design and implementation stages of the project.
I believe it's in the way we approach the data centre opportunity. We want to deliver a true end-to-end turnkey solution for the customer, and the only way we can achieve that is through teamwork within APC MGE, right through from sales to AGS services.
Delivering a data center today means to deliver something that has to be flexible and scalable and as available as possible.
What we do is for the customer is we create a blueprint, we map out the entire solution to ensure that they're confident in what we're doing.
We design solutions that are based upon the world's best practices. Now, not all data centres are the same, and the data centres that we build are future-proof for tomorrow.
From a design perspective, we typically use a building block approach, where the customer is then left free to choose to go from a 100 kilowatt data center up to a 1 megawatt data center just to fit his needs.
Our previous UPS system didn't allow us for growth. It wasn't modular, we couldn't add further batteries, and we were limited. When we looked at designing this new room, we looked at what was available today and how we could best implement it. We wanted to look at something that would cater for our growth, because we really didn't know how much this room would grow. So the infrastructure system allowed us to build for today and then grow on it tomorrow.
Without actually having an outage, we can plug in more power modules, and that really gives us an edge.
We decided to use in-row cooling because it cools the aisle, not the entire room. And this works really well with our sustainability targets.
We can offer our customers solutions from the civil works, which are maybe the build of a room, the electrical and mechanical infrastructure required for our solution, fire suppression and detection services, and even down to a standby generator. Once we've been decided and we have the scope of works defined, we put the quotes together in a formal proposal for the customer, and we submit that through our resellers and or distributors.
So we're always considering what the requirements are going to be tomorrow and the day after in the way that we design and construct our data centres. We need to take consideration into how we design the data centres, how the data centres are project managed, how they're implemented, and then also how they're run and operated. It's all these elements which need to go together to ensure that the data centres that we build are right for the customer and have no impact as we're building them on the customer's business needs.
Obviously, there is no good design without a good project management, and Most of our successes have been determined by a strong cooperation between the designer and the project manager in producing the drawings, in writing the technical specifications, in putting the as-built documentation together, and also in reacting to any possible inconvenience that may happen during the construction of the data center.
The infrastructure manager can be managed from a management console, and it can actually give us all the information that we need, and we have all the power at our fingertips. And the best part is you can actually even do it remotely, so you don't need to be physically at the site. So that gives us a lot of flexibility and gives us a lot of power.
We're a lot more involved with facilities people these days. We're now encroaching into the area, electrical, mechanical works, etc., etc. We had a situation where we had to talk to a customer in the city to actually perform a lot of these functions. Now, through their own internal facilities department, they had enough trust in APC MGE for us to do all the work.
We had previously been using APC for our power conditioning requirements, and when our power conditioners came up for renewal, we decided to do a complete refit on the server room. We looked at APC because they could supply all the services we need. We needed air conditioning, we needed power conditioning, and we needed some works done to the server room. And APC was able to provide a turnkey solution from the design stage to the implementation stage.
One of the reasons I believe we are successful in Australia is because we aim to deliver to the customer a solution that is within budget and on time. And as we do that more and more in Australia, we end up with very happy and satisfied customers.
The support provided by APC is really, really good. We can always call them up and the support person is on site within 4 hours and the technicians are working on it straight away. So that gives us a lot of confidence in APC.
The differentiator really is that APC MGE products are fully integrated. They look good, feel good, and I believe IT managers really want our gear in their data centres.
That's what the business we're in. It's providing turnkey data centers, being a one-stop shop for whatever the customer needs in terms of the computer room or the data center. And we have developed a process that goes from the before bit, understanding what the customer needs, designing and building and delivering and commissioning a data center, right to the full life cycle of the data center. We have services that provide all the maintenance, preventive maintenance and services that customer needs to continue to adapt to the business needs. So that's the data center story. Lots of pressures, but there are solutions to be able to handle those pressures, and that's what we're all about.